this video, we're going to be taking a look at General Grievous for the Vintage Collection. He is VC17. Highly anticipated action figure I've been wanting to do on the channel for a while now. And I figure this would be a great opportunity to finally get the video out for him. Continuing my celebration of the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. So this is the only General Grievous we've gotten in the TBC line up to this point. I know a lot of people are calling for a brand new Grievous. I definitely think that would be welcome. This is still a really good action figure though. He is mostly a retool of the Legacy Collection Grievous. This one right here. And I do have the Shadow of the Dark Side one. In fact, I brought him out here. That includes this action figure, which is a straight repack of the Legacy Collection figure. But he also came with the pre-Cyborg Grievous, which I think I have him around here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Two of them together. And what's upgraded is, besides the new paint job, he includes the cape this time, which is a very nice and I think essential accessory to have. And then he does have some updates for his articulation. That's mainly for the wrists, which is very nice as well. Try and get him in a neat pose here. Something like that. So he did have a few releases though in the TBC line, and what I mean by that is there was the foil card, the original card, and then I think there was the non-promo card for the rocket firing Boba Fett. But unfortunately, he hasn't seen any releases since then, which was around 2010 and 11. I ended up getting this on eBay. I forget specifically when I got this on eBay, but it's been within the last probably 6 or 7 years now at this point. And I didn't pay too much for him. I ended up getting it loose and complete. I think I probably paid maybe $30 for him, which I didn't think was too bad, especially since the carded version oftentimes can go way up in the hundreds, especially if you get the foil variant, which I think is ridiculous. If you really want a Grievous for your collection and budget is a factor for you, I would say just stick with this Legacy Collection one, which I think is usually a little bit cheaper. Or just get a few of the Revenge of the Sith ones even. So for the head sculpt, I think it looks really good. What I like about the paint job on his armor here is it does have that bone color a little bit. A little bit more clean compared to this one here, as you can see. Which both have their charm to them. I do appreciate having both. If you want a more battle damaged in the field Grievous, Legacy Collection one's the one to get. But if you want a little bit more clean one, TBC one is nice. You can see the rest of his armor here. You can take the cape off, but you would have to take the collar off and then pop the head off. Don't think I'm going to be doing that. And there's really not a whole lot that can be seen otherwise. Just kind of show off the armor a little bit more. It does have the shoulder blades here. On the back, you can see some of the details for his inner workings. Same for the front and the arms. Very detailed action figure. It would definitely be a deluxe these days. And at the time, I think Grievous had a little bit larger bubble, but the card was the same size. But I imagine Hasbro would do the extra large card in today's market for this. See his legs and his feet. He's a pretty sturdy action figure. The legs are typically a softer plastic, but it's never been a major problem or anything. I've never had a problem with this guy falling over. So in terms of articulation, he's very good, but he does have a ball joint at the head technically. It does have a pretty good range of motion, mostly side to side. You can look up and down just a little bit, but it's most of the poses you're going to want him in anyway. Alright, so he does have 4 arms, and each arm is individually articulated. So he does have a hinge at this arm, then a hinge at this arm, and then a hinge at the elbow for both elbows. And they can actually bend either way. And as you can see, it does go past 90 if you do it the right way, but if you do it reverse, it's only about 45 degrees, but it makes sense. They can do that as well. Now, an added feature to this over the Legacy Collection is he does have swivel wrists, which is a nice addition. Makes posing a lot easier. And as you can see with these plugs right here, you can attach his arms together. Just put them together like this. And you do have to line it up just right. You can't move the arms in any direction you choose. You can pretty much only keep them straight like that. And you can see they do perfectly line up. Something like that. I think it works a lot better for this action figure though. He actually has 2 for this one, but well, he has 2 for this one as well, but the other one's on the wrist. Let's see here. Yeah, something like that. So if you want him walking around with 2 arms, you can make that happen. Same for this side. He does have a joint at the midsection there, which has a nice range of motion as well. Then he does have swivel hips, and then he has double hinge at the knees, which is a huge deal for a 3 3/4 inch action figure. But it's something that's definitely doable for Grievous. And then he does have hinged ankles as well. Some major talons on his feet. In terms of weapons and accessories, he's pretty packed with them. But he just has 2 lightsabers, one green one, with a pretty standard hilt. Not a whole lot that can be said about that. One blue one, same thing, which are same accessories that come with this guy. And he does have his, I didn't bring it out for this video, but he does have his blaster as well. Kind of see how that looks. Same exact one though. And then 2 unique accessories for this release. Obviously the cape. And you can see the pouches where you can put the lightsaber hilts. Which I'm very impressed that Hasbro went out their way to do this. I don't think any General Grievous action figure before this had that. The Black Series one does. The one over there. But something that the Black Series action figure doesn't have, but this one does, is he has the symbol of his people. I believe I know it starts with a K. I think it's like Kalish or something like that. But Grievous, even after becoming a cyborg, he was very adamant about retaining his culture and his identity from his previous self, and this is one of the ways he was doing it. So gray for the outside here, red for the inside. I think originally Grievous was supposed to have the white cape, but then it was changed last minute. And then these two lightsaber hilts here do come with his action figure. And they are pretty unique. I can't really identify them as if they came with any other Jedi or any other characters or anything of that sorts. But just to kind of show you what they are. And if you have a bunch of spare lightsaber hilts lying around, you can use Grievous here as like a storage unit in a way, because he can keep up to 8 of them inside of his cape. Let's go ahead and put these two arms together as well real quick. Can be kind of tricky for the wrists there. Trying to get this to work. Something like that. I think that's pretty much all I can tell you about General Grievous here. Bring out all the ones I have. I will stand by side alongside Obi-Wan. See his Magna Guards back here, which we'll be doing the video for here next. And the pre-cyborg Grievous. They all look great together. I do have a few of the Revenge of the Sith Grievouses. I'll try and bring this one out here. It's very fragile though. But he will get his own individual video. It's hard to get him to stand too. So would I recommend this action figure for your collection? It's definitely the best 3 3/4 inch Grievous that you can get to date. Just kind of showing off that Black Series one. Him real quick. But if budget is concerned for you, I would say look into the Revenge of the Sith ones. Those are usually affordable. I think the Legacy Collection ones here are generally a little bit cheaper as well. But if you want the best of the best Grievous that you can get to date, the TBC one is definitely the one to get. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is a lot of people calling for a new Grievous here, which I don't know if Hasbro will do or not. Perhaps they will. If they do, we'll probably be seeing that within the next year or two. But who knows? Only time will tell. But regardless, this is a great Grievous to have. I'm happy to add it to my collection. I'm happy it's been part of my collection for at least a few years now at this point. I don't recall seeing it back in retail back in 2010 or 11. I think it was one of those action figures. As soon as it was on the pegs, people bought it up really quick. But if I did see it in retail back in the day, I'm sure I would have gotten it on the spot. But yeah, it's just a great action figure to have. Nothing but great things to say about them. Always happy to add more Grievous action figures. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for playing more in the future. There's always more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. And check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. As always, thanks for watching.